welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of September 25th through to October 1st. We are moving into the last quarter of the year. So as we start off this day, Monday, September 25th, we have the moon in Aquarius. So a moon in Aquarius makes it kind of is setting the tone for the week, to be honest, because it's giving us an ability to process our emotions through the mind. So this is cerebral effect that we're going to be using all week. That's going to be really helpful in terms of processing information and helping us to feel what feels aligned and what doesn't, right? So on Monday, September 25th, we have Mercury, which is our mind, our communication, our thought processing, is trine. So that's a very harmonious aspect to Jupiter, retrograde in Taurus. So Jupiter is about expansion, optimism, and good luck. And when Jupiter is retrograde in Taurus, is what lights you up? What do you want to expand? Why is that something you're looking towards? So the mind is helping you now to kind of create life in a way that feels more enlightening, more kind of feels more purposeful, right? Because Mercury is still in Virgo and it's still traversing those Mercury retrograde, degrees. So we're still learning gleaning the lessons. We're sort of moving over those things now that we've learned, that we were kind of processing all throughout, the Mercury retrograde period. So this is a time now where you're going to have big ideas. You're going to have kind of these breakthroughs in terms of how you want to do things and how you want to ground your ideas into reality. So this energy is great for brainstorming, long range planning, and travel coordination. So if you're planning your summer vacation for next year or your winter vacation for this year, great time to do it. Even though Mercury is still in the last bits of shadow, it's a great time to sort of discern some deals and see and start to investigate. This will be easier access. There will be easier access to feeling motivated to get things organized, more optimistic about opportunities for expansion, and you can become more aware of things that are in your way, right? How do you remove these obstacles from your path forward? So this is really great brain information, brain power, that able to move things and see a different path forward. This is a great time to enter into negotiations and business dealings. And, this is a really wonderful energy in manifestation, because you can start to understand, where have you been blocking yourself, or why do you want the things that you do, or you get more clarity because Jupiter is retrograde around, your manifestation, why you don't have it yet, right? In manifestation, when you feel frustrated or you feel disappointed, those are actually ways to now redirect you, right? They can be amplifiers if you are willing to see the opportunity in the lesson. They can be blocks to your manifestation because you feel like you're not worthy or you're not there yet. But the fact of the matter is, we're already worthy. You were born worthy. So this energy is going to help you kind of really discern and see your future position, and what you have now has been something you have wanted at some point in your life. Or you can say it in a different way, is what you have now, there's other people in the world that would love to have your position. So can you find that gratitude? Can you find that part in you that, like, you know what? This is not such a bad place. And I'm so grateful for this. And this is bringing me so much abundance because I get to be here in safety. I get to be here and be taken care of. And the next steps are already moving towards me. And what are the blocks to my next steps? Who do I have to be? And what am I unwilling to be to get to the next step? That's a good question. Hey, so now we move into the next major time of our next major aspect of the week is Friday, September 29th. So we've got sort of moon dates and stuff all in between there, but the next major date, and we're going to feel it. We're going to feel it moving into it. So we're going to feel it Wednesday, Thursday, kind of building, and then Friday, we're going to really feel it. And it is a full moon in Aries. So full moon in Aries means the sun is in Libra, right? Beautiful. Like, let's all get along. And I see compromise and, harmony and balance and super smart. And then we've got Aries energy with let's get going. I want this date and I want to do this and let's get moving. I got an idea, leadership, power, fire, motivation, our purpose, passion. That's all Aries energy. So Aries energy is me and Libra energy is we. So when we have this axis lit up by this full moon, the sun being in Libra, the moon being in Aries, we have this axis and pull between who am I when I'm in relationships and who am I when I'm not in relationships. This is going to bring up, and I just got that download about attachments. So if you don't know what attachment is, it's a psychological theory of in early childhood, the way you attach to your parents, the way that they met your need created an attachment. And that attachment style then gets recreated throughout your life. So if you reached out for your parents, but they were too busy, and as parents are busy and we've got lots of things going on, especially if everyone's working and whatever, then we can have sort of an anxious child because not every time when that child is reaching up, the parent is reaching back, right? Sometimes the parent's on the phone, sometimes the parent's trying to get stuff done. And so the child might cry, or if the child was colic, then the child might be, cry it out method, which was what was preached when I was, my kids were little. And so then they might be crying with no one coming, and they might think something is wrong. Why is no one coming to meet my need? So this attachment then becomes anxious. The opposite is secure attachment. So when you're crying and your parent met every need and they were there for you and they were holding you and they were swaddling you. That's why I love baby wearing now. Like it is just, you're just always close with your parent and your need is always being met. And that's a very secure attachment style. When your parent reaches down, not at all, then that can be a very painful experience because attachment is painful. So there's nuances through it all this, and it's totally not the time to do a whole psychological thing on attachment. But what I'm going to say to you is this moon is going to bring up how you are in relationships and where your needs are not being met. Because big part of this full moon is, so we always look to the ruler of the moon. So the moon is in Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is motivation, passion, desire, the way that we want to move forward in life. And Mars is in Libra as well, trying to find balance and harmony. When Mars is in Libra, it doesn't really love being there, right? Because it's like it's trying to move forward, but it doesn't want to move forward at the behest of someone else. I don't know where that word came from, but that feeling of I'm going to let someone else down. I'm going to, do this and you're going to feel neglected, guilty. I'm better than you. So I might then dumb down my shine, dim my light so that you then don't feel like I'm too much or you're not enough. Right. And if you were brought up in a culture that don't laugh too loud, my mom actually said that to me, don't laugh too loud because then God will give you something to cry about equally. I was like, I remember even in that moment her saying that, I was like, that's a dumb saying, right? What? So everybody has to have equal amounts of happiness and joy and sadness in their life? Like, come on. I don't believe that at all. So this balancing act, we believe things are true. We believe that we're not worthy. We believe that we can't be too bright because then we make other people feel bad about themselves. And maybe someone said that to you early in childhood, and now you have this belief. But here's the thing, belief is not fact, right? You can change it. So this full moon is going to really bring up for you where you are people pleasing, where you are dimming your light, because Mars is sitting with the South Node, which is our karmic past. What have we learned about being in relationship with others? What have we given up of our own light to make other people happy? Because the North Node right now is in Aries, right? That is about really claiming our authority and our power and who we came here to be, and claiming that passion and fire that's within us, and knowing that we're in the right rooms that will be celebrated. And if that triggers somebody else, it's because of their own wounds, not because you're too much, right? Really. Because if you're bright and sunny Sagittarius and you're in a room of, people that are excited and crazy just like you are, not to say all Sagittarius are crazy. I have a Sagittarius moon. When I get excited, I want to talk. I'm an extrovert. I'm like, I want to connect with people. I want to share experiences with you. So if you're my friend, I'm like, you want to go for brunch? I'm going to this event. You want to come with me? But I am not expecting anyone to say yes. I really am wanting you to come if it feels aligned for you. So you can't be my friend if you feel triggered that I'm inviting you to things all the time. And you can't be my friend if you feel like you're disappointed that you can't come to me with everything. And same with me for you, right? If you're my friend, I accept that I can't come to all the events that you want to go to or put on. A lot of my friends are colleagues, and nor am I called to them, right? So it doesn't mean that I don't, believe in you and I won't share you out and say you're amazing, but I won't go to all of them because it doesn't align for me, right? So that took time. Y'all, it's not like I just woke up like this. Like that took time. I had to then, say no to friends, and there was old time friends that were get really upset by that. And it's like, why aren't you coming with me? Or why are you doing something with someone else and not me? And I was just like, whoa, okay, I need to be aligned with people that can allow me to just be who I am. And if they, feel aligned, they can say yes. And if I feel aligned, I can say yes. And there's no attachment there that makes you say yes, right? So codependency is the opposite of self-regulation. So codependency means I need you to regulate me. Codependency is I need you to regulate me. Self-regulation is I can regulate myself. So when things kind of get turbulent, I can just sit and go, okay, what's happening within me? What are some of the ways that I can digest this information? And how can I, number one, bring compassion to those parts of me that feel unsafe, and create a action to move forward that feels good for me, right? That feels good for me. So this full moon is going to be bringing up a lot of relationship dynamics and issues. So the supermoon in Aries is going to bring all the emotions about how we lose ourselves in relationships and where we abdicate authority in favor of being liked. This energy brings us to, it gives us the gift of support if we allow it or call it in. If you are hyper independent and used to be the lone wolf in your life, this super full moon will shine its light to help you release that wound and help you to see that there are so many who love you and want to help you, and help you to get, your purpose fulfilled, because that is fulfilling their purpose as well. So it's this give and take, right? When you call in support, you allow people to be in their highest level of support and purpose, because they like to help you too, right? If you're the one giving, then you're not allowing anyone else to give to you and not be in their purpose too. So this full moon will really help you to see issues of control, issues of hyper independence, and wounds of, what does it feel like to receive? So give and receive is kind of all tied in there as well. So yay for that, right? And we also have a lot of wonderful gifts coming in this full moon as well. There's relationships that want to help you. There is powerful energy here that's trying to move obstacles out of the way, because the relationships that are kind of standing in the way, or the dynamics in which are holding you in these relationship patterns, are preventing new relationships from coming in, right? Because I'm no longer, for me, I'm no longer available to be in relationships where I have to go with you to things. You have to be independent to be in my life, because I can't, I'll go with you to something. Or like if I'm going to it, I'm like, if there's an event on my heart, I literally will send it out to like 8 people on Instagram or Facebook or wherever my friends are on that day. And I'll just say, are you going to this event? Just let me know. Right. And if they're like, no, I'm not going, or I was thinking about it, or doesn't feel aligned, I'm like, celebrating you, love you, I'm going. Right. And then if they change their mind down the road, then they're there. But I'm going because there's something in my intuition that's calling me to go to that. So just, I feel like somebody has to hear that. Also, excuse me. So next aspect is Saturday, September 30th, and it's Mercury trine Uranus retrograde. So Mercury trine Uranus retrograde. Mercury is our mind, and Uranus is like chaos and upheaval, but also like brilliance, genius, kind of energy. So when Mercury and Uranus work together, we can have amazing solutions to things, out of the box thinking, this is like inventions, energy. So we have access now to new ideas, out of the box ideas, and solutions present themselves. Your mind is open to new possibilities, and you want to talk about progressive ideas, meet interesting people with unique points of view. And your intuition and your senses are going to be very heightened at this time. So this is going to be wonderful for like flashes of insights, downloads from the universe, kind of getting these new opportunities coming through, breakthroughs in old blocks, in your life. And you can also have, interesting encounters with people in your life. So this is not a day to keep to a regimented agenda, right? Saturday, things are kind of going to go haywire a little bit. This is energy that's kind of like go along for the ride. Like, where's the adventure? We're gonna have an amazing adventure, and the conversation's gonna meander, and all of a sudden you're gonna have a massive epiphany, right? So just be open to where things take you on this day. A great day to go for brunch with interesting people, right? And on this day as well, Mercury leaves shadow finally. So this means Mercury is finally out of all of those degrees that he's been kind of going over back and forth, excuse me, during retrograde. So this Mercury leaving shadow, now we're into the new stuff. Now all the ideas that you've had are going to now move forward in a new way, and you're going to have new insights and ideas about things. So yay for being done with the Mercury retrograde stuff. Now, also, the last day of the week, which is October 1st, we have Mars in conjunct to Uranus retrograde. So Mars is in Libra, as we talked about earlier in the week, and this is kind of this, we want to find a win-win situation. We want to do things that kind of is amicable for all. We are motivated now by peace and harmony and finding solutions that make everybody happy. And Uranus in retrograde is kind of breaking up the old in Taurus, right? It's kind of shaking up your value system and shaking up, how you see money and, with the things that you love and value. Why do you love and value them? Maybe it's even kind of shaking up your banking and the way money comes into you. So when these two come together like this, it's kind of it can be very frustrating because your way forward is not clear. It is also kind of blocked. Right. This is a right timing, situation where you want to move forward, but you can't. And so there's insights in this. Again, on Sunday, and this is going to continue into Monday as well, the 2nd of October, is that it's restless energy. It is, your agendas are not going to go as planned. So if you have anything planned on October 1st, best to leave a lot of room for unexpected delays. That's what this is, unexpected delays. This can feel like a Mercury retrograde. Like you said, we were done with it. And this can be like technology goes awry because Uranus rules technology and Mercury rules communication. So on Sunday, Monday, you're going to get some technology issues, communication issues, emails might go down, Zoom sessions might be a little wonky. So just have some patience for that. Ordinary routines may feel suffocating. Good day to just take the day off. I mean, it's a Sunday. Some people work on Sundays. Really good to just take the day off and go on an adventure. This is a wonderful way to use this energy. Go on an adventure, do something different, innovate, break free from old patterns. You might feel combative with authority on this day. Really assert your individuality. Find constructive ways to channel and express this. Evaluate areas in your life where you feel constrained and what can you change and what do you need to accept. That feels kind of breakthrough. It's also expect the unexpected, stay open to new possibilities and new ways of doing things, and really be mindful of risks. Okay, so Mars rules cars. And Uranus can be kind of accidents that can happen. So really just being really mindful on, Sunday, Monday, when you're driving, I say Saturday, I throw Saturday in there too, right? That you're not just making erratic movements and just being impatient, right? This is a good day to practice patience. And if you are being reckless, it will come back to bite you. So wishing you patience this week and noticing what relationships are good for you and what relationships are draining you. And then also moving some of those things out of the way to bring in true abundance in your life. So wishing you a great week of abundance ahead.